Good morning, everybody. This is Lynette with the Skin Candy. Thank you so much for joining me again today on another soapy time adventure. So, got a little sticker there. I thought I would bring you along today for a couple of different things. One, I am going to be attempting another batch of my big batch of soap that is using the palm oil. I have been listening, I really have been listening to the comments that have been left on the last couple of videos. I've been listening to the kind comments, the comments that are I can't even think of the word. What is the word? Sorry, my camera's just a little, I think it's just a little crooked. Now I can't think of the words. Words escape my mouth today. But the comments that are encouraging and are helpful. Those of you who are out there who are just out there to troll because of the sake that your life is miserable, don't bother leaving comments on my channel. I will report you, I will block you, and I will report you for harassment, and I will block you, and I will delete the comment, because nobody needs that in their life. Life is stressful enough without having rude comments and just nastiness. And I know that comes with a channel when you're getting more people. We almost have 1,000 subscribers, which I know in the real world is not a lot, but to me that's a lot. And, you know, to receive rude comments because my soap isn't turning out, which if you are a soap maker, you know that that's how things happen. Different oils react different ways, and I'm trying to work this out. And I do appreciate your guys' comments of different ways of doing it. I have not gone the hot process route yet, just because hot process kind of, I don't know, scares me a little bit. I don't know why it would, but it seems to take a little bit longer, and maybe I'm looking at it wrong. I don't know. But I do have a friend that does all of her soap hot process, and I think it's a little too, just a little too rustic for my taste. I like the nice fun pre-swirls. I like the bright colors. I have not been able to get that with hot process soap, and so I don't use it. Anyway, enough about that. 11 1/4. I thought I would just bring you along. I believe it's 11 1/4. Where did my pen go? I guess we're using a big marker. I brought down a whole bunch of pens and a whole bunch of markers, and now they're gone. So what I'm doing right now is I am actually lining my mold. So this is the mold that my husband has made for me. We took an old mold that my father-in-law made, and we cut it down because I'm just not ready to make 25 pounds of soap. Oh, it is right at 11. Okay, so it is 11 inches. So I was trying to line this yesterday, and I was having a real struggle with it. Come on. There we go. So I thought I would try seeing if I measured it out a little bit more, a little bit better, if it would work a little bit easier. So this mold is 11 inches by 14.5 inches. So I'm going to fold this over at 11 inches. At 11 inches. So when you're lining a mold, it's not hard, it's just a little tedious. I was looking at trying to find a place to actually make silicone molds for these is just not going to work. So I think this might be cut just a little crooked because I put this in here and it's not perfectly straight. That's okay. I mean, it doesn't need to be perfectly straight. It's handmade soap. Whoa, hello. So this is how I line these molds. I do have my 1 pound mold that, oh my goodness, come on. It does not want to stay up. Come on, just stay up for just a second. I do have my 1 pound molds that do have a silicone mold in them, but I don't have any for this size. So I was looking into getting some made, but making myself, it seems very daunting. Because you have to make a mold and you have to make it a little bit smaller so you can pour the silicone around. And no company out there makes this exact size. Just because this was just a handmade size. Oh, I did that a little bit too. See, I don't know how to do this very well. So aren't you glad you came along with me watching imperfection at its best? And that's another thing, is that we're not perfect. None of us are. I know there's people out there who think that they are. And, oh, see how I did that at 14 and it was still too short. Let me remeasure. Oh my goodness, it's 14 and a half. Normally what I do, I was trying this a different way. I watched how Holly with Missouri River Soap does hers, and I thought, oh, I could do it like that. She measures it out and has this precise measures. What I normally do is I normally stick it in here. And see, I still was still too short. And I usually take it and I just press my finger along and score it, and then I take it out and then I fold it. Which obviously, apparently is the best way for me to do it. So, but I am going to, oh, for the love, come on, Lynette. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. We're going to leave it there. So I'm really going to give this a good score, though. So, we've now folded all of our corners. This is still not wanting to sit in there great, because I've been messing with it. Then, I need a pair of scissors. What am I doing with my scissors? I'm not very prepared today. I had them. Or was that upstairs? Oh, here's some. So I'm going to start with this side first because this one seems to be my most difficult side. And there are videos out there, other videos out there that are probably a lot better at instruction than this one. So don't take this as the end-all be-all for lining a mold. I use painter's tape. I don't really like it because it doesn't stick really well. However, it sticks it doesn't have such a major stick that I can't get it off my wood. However, when these get oil and stuff on them, we have a problem because it doesn't want to stick. And my freezer paper is really long. It's really big. It comes in a big roll. I get it from Websterant. And so I have to always cut off a part of it. So I just cut my edges so that I can open this up right here. And then I just start with whatever. Oops. I didn't cut all my edges. I cut down as far as I can without going into the mold. Sometimes I do go down into the mold, and that's okay because I don't go clear to the top. Now, I'm gonna put a little caveat in that by saying it might go over today. I probably won't go too full, and I'll probably end up sticking some in a silicone mold because I had already prepped my oils prior to looking at the comments and taking your guys' suggestions. And one of them said, you know, using full amount of water when you have an accelerating batch. Now, I don't know if an accelerating, using full water for an accelerating fragrance oil or using a full water for accelerating oil. I don't know if that makes a difference. So we're going to try it. So I did full water. So I master batch my oils. And I normally, when I master batch my oils, I do a 50-50, well, not normally, all the time. I do 50-50, 50% sodium hydroxide, 50% distilled water. Then I added more water to this than I normally do. So it's not a 50-50 blend. It is it's full water, so it's about 38% water. So what I did, and somebody do the math because I'm not going to do it. But what I actually did is what I noticed when I was looking at my recipes, when I put 38% water in there, it was double the water to lye, so 2 to 1. And so basically what I did is I took my water, I did my 50-50 blend, and then I added another half of that amount to make it double water. So it was 28 ounces and some odd cents, change, 28.7 or something like that. And so what I ended up doing is I added in 14.35%, not 14.35 ounces of water. So then this morning I came downstairs because I was going to do this last night, and I ended up upstairs doing 400 other things, and I didn't get down here again to get these batch made. So it was quite cold this morning. It was in the 60s, low 60s down here. Sorry, just pulling out my gloves. And so I did put another couple ounces in here to warm it up, to get it up to room temperature because it was really cold. And then I warmed up my oils again, and I went a little crazy. So let me grab my other glove. I guess I'm going to have to use a new one. I don't know what happened to the other one. Funny how my gloves walk off here. So what we are going to be doing today is, I'm going to try to get my gloves around my long sleeves. What we're going to be doing today is a soap that I have not done in a really long time. And I'm actually bringing it back just because it's bright and fresh. I only have 2 or 3 essential oil soaps in my line. And I thought it would be nice to bring back another one. So this one is actually called Citrus Splash. And, sorry, I'm grabbing it over here. So this is an essential oil blend. It's not by one particular company. I bought a lady's company, a lady's business, and she had a whole bin of essential oils. And I did not know when they were purchased. I did not know how old they were. They do smell still good. The coloring's great and everything. So I just took that and just blended that all up in this big half-gallon jug. This is a blend of grapefruit, bergamot, lemon, lime, and orange. I think are the five fragrances I have in here. Now, in the past, citrus essential oils have always slowed down trace. So we're going to try it again today. I am going to try several different colors. So I'm going to mix in my plan is once this cools down, let me see if we get a temperature on this. is once this cools down, I want to soap this when it is 90 degrees. It says it's 113. So we've got a little ways to go. So I am going to split this off into colors. I am going to do each color. I'm going to do orange, green, and yellow are the 3 colors that I'm going with for today. And I am going to do basically the same thing that I've done before. I'm going to split them off into colors. I'm going to scent each batch after I've mixed it. I'm going to mix it barely to emulsion. And it might not even be quite to emulsion because that will be fine because I'm going to be splitting off. But I'm going to split each batch off, add my colorant and my fragrance oils at the same time. I am going to hand stir it, pour it in, and then move on to the next color. So we'll have to see what happens. I don't actually know how much how much lye I have in here now. I was gonna say maybe I need to split it off. No, because it seems to do it always when I add the fragrance oil, doesn't it? So, I don't know. So we'll come back in a few minutes when this is finished. And while I'm waiting for this, actually, I'm going to just go ahead and get my colorants prepped. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you. Of course, you're going to probably see a lot of these now coming up. But I received a shipment. I bought it. I don't do any kind of sponsors, but I bought a Mad Mica haul, so I wanted to show you. This is one we'll be using today, Tangerine Dream. They have redone their labels, so it's very simple. I love it because that's kind of what I have. I also ordered Peacock, which I've had before. This is their True Red blend that's already blended up. I really do like it. I've been comparing it between them and the Nurture Handmade True Red blend, and am I out of the True Red blend? Or Trial by Fire. Goldfinger, which I use all the time for my gold top. This is a new one. I've never used this one, Garden Party, but I actually thought I would use it today. I know it's kind of bright colors and it's winter. It's like currently snowing outside here, but I thought it would be fun. This is Taxi Cab, one I've had before. Angry Rose is one that I use a ton of. In fact, I wish that I had bought a larger bottle now. And then Pumpkinhead, this makes a great pumpkin color for the fall. I love that. And then Goldfinger is Golden Buddha. This one, I believe, was the replacement that they said for Sister Golden Hair. Sister Golden Hair Surprise, which I love that. I love that mica. But I only have a little bit of it left. So these are both kind of some different shades of gold. One looks like it has a little bit more copper in it. One has a little bit more yellow in it. And then Spicy Tomato. Spicy Tomato is the one I use if I don't have Angry Rose. But if you look, one's got more orange in it than the pink. And then they sent me a Watermelon Crush sample. So that was my Mad Mica haul. That was my, what was it, Black Friday. So I'm going to use these 3. And then I'm going to put these away. So there's Taxi Cab. You can see that. I don't normally measure. I'm going to do like 4 scoops. So orange is going to be my main, I think, color. I'm kind of excited about this garden party. It's so fun. So normally this says it's a teaspoon per pound of oils, or 2 teaspoons per pound of oils. I don't know. And I'm going to mix this in a big container. Since I'm going to be using my big container, I Okay, we'll come back when the oil is ready. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. The temperature is about 98 degrees, but I know that my lye water is a lot cooler than that. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I need to make sure I have my whisks. And oh, I need to measure off my fragrance is another thing I need to do. All right, so I'll be back. Okay, so I have these. I need to plug in my little mixer. One day I'm gonna have a great setup. Not today. Okay, now I have this. I have already added, I added this a while ago because this batch was made quite a while ago. I've already added my colloidal oats, my kale and clay, and my goat milk powder to this. So I'm going to turn this down. I'm just going to mix this in really good just to make sure I got everything up off the bottom. And then I'm going to do one final temperature check just to make sure. Yeah, it says it's 99. So I'm going to try this. Let's hope. Okay, our theory is that if we add more water, it's not going to accelerate as fast. Now, the reason why I have always refuted that is because I believe it was, oh my gosh, now I can't remember. She is a maker. She's over from the UK. I can't remember the name. If I can find it, I'll leave a link to her channel down below. Anyway, she mentioned once when it comes to fragrance oils or things that accelerate, oils that butters that accelerate trace, she said it does not matter how much oil you or how much water you add. So that's always the theory I've been going with, but we're going to try it. I'm hoping that it's going to give me some time to work with it. I'm hoping that using grabbing a couple of molds just in case I need to pour extra into here. I am hoping that it does give me more time. I'm hoping that the essential oils, because it does slow down trace, will give me more time to work with it. So I'm just getting everything ready. I'm getting everything pulled over to the side so I can just pull things down and grab as I need to go. And that everything will work fine. Sorry, it looks like my orange is just a little clumped a little bit, so I didn't mix it up good enough. So, I'm going to do my orange first, my orange base first, and then I'm going to add my other two colors. And if I end up doing a layer, that's okay. I'm not worried about a layer. So, I'm a little nervous. So without further ado though, let's get soaping. to cut the Citrus Splash soap. This is one of 2 new essential oil soaps that we're adding to our line. I am putting on gloves for this because the soap is still a little bit soft. Even though it's been about almost 24 hours. Well, I guess it has been about 24 hours since I made it. It's just a titch soft. And I don't want to get all over my fingers. Even though it's already saponified, everything's fine. So I did steam the top, so now it's all shiny and pretty. I am going to use my slab cutter to, I guess we'll just put it this way. I'm going to use my slab cutter. Hopefully you guys will be able to get a good shot of it. I'm actually putting it through upside down because my table has a curved end, and so it's just really hard to cut this soap unless I put it on the end table. And I didn't want to move my camera. I've just got a lot going on today. So, oh wow. So far it looks pretty swirly and dark. Let's see, what did we do with this one? We did a hanger swirl in this. That's right. And the other one we did a drop swirl. So, it's a date of recording this is a Saturday. We are trying to get everything done to stock our Christmas locations. So as soon as I'm done cutting this, I'm actually heading out the door to go cut one of my locations. So this is actually pretty nifty to do it this way. I did try to do it a different way another time, or the one time before. For some reason I couldn't get it right. Okay, come on. I know you guys want to stay together. Now, I'm just going to put this over here just to make sure that I don't have any extra pieces. I don't know what I'm doing today. I am so tired. So, it doesn't look like it's going to need it at all. Good. I did put mica on the top, and then I put mica instead of using it as glitter. I don't know what I was thinking, but it's getting everywhere, which is fine. So let me just set this. We'll just drag this over here like this. So this soap was actually a soap that I had in my lineup when we very first started. When we first started making soap, I just clean these off. It was one of my very favorites. It was one of my most popular ones, and to be honest, I don't know why I ever removed it. Because it always sells really well in lotions, and it's bright and fresh. I don't even mind this. I'm not a real fruity person when it comes to soaps and lotions, but this is just so refreshing. So I think this is going to lighten up, because if you see the sides, how much lighter it is on the side, this green and yellow will lighten up a little bit. And I did say in the video about how the yellow kind of gets muted. So we'll have to see what happens in the next couple days. I'm hoping this brightens up. Either way, it's still a pretty soap, and it smells so good. I can still smell the goat's milk, but that's normal. That will go away by tomorrow. Well, today's Saturday, so on Monday I'll let it sit for the next couple days. It's pretty, even though we've had a lot of rain, we're still in a really dry climate. So it will it will dry out pretty fast. Sorry, I'm like so distracted today. I mean, I didn't think I had ADHD, but my gosh, I feel like I do. I can't stay focused on anything. Maybe it's just the time of the year. But, so this is about the, what is this, the second week of December. So, have you guys got all your Christmas shopping done? I thought for sure I was going to get it all done early, and guess what? Haven't even started. So this doesn't have a lot of orange in it. Hopefully some of the other bars do. Kind of weird that it doesn't have, I thought I had a lot of orange, but I just don't see a lot of orange in there. Maybe it will pop out a little bit more once we let it cure. And I said this in my last video, but I am making little slabs. I'm doing soap sample kits for a friend. So I am taking off pieces of all my soap that I'm making. And oh my heavens, we are making a lot of soap in the next couple of weeks. Even though it's close to Christmas, I still have locations to fill, and not just for Christmas, but for all year round, and I gotta get soap curing, and so, oh, that one has more orange in it. Hope you guys can see that well. But, let me go put this tray of soap away, and I'll be right back. So, I can't remember what I was saying, but life has a way of catching up with you, and now it's the second week of December. I haven't gotten a single present for anybody. I have no idea what to get anybody. This is really hard. I have kids who pretty much just get what they want, and they don't, you know, really wait around for people to buy them gifts. So I am having a hard time trying to figure out what to get them. Even my grandkids, because my grandkids have quite a bit already. And then here is our last loaf. And, oh, there's all of our orange. I wondered where it all gone. But I do like what the hanger swirl did. I can tell that this was on the far side, where I didn't get a lot of hanger swirl in there because my hanger tool is not big enough, which I think maybe I'll talk my husband into making me a longer hanger swirl for these new molds. So, but so far they look pretty good. They look pretty cool. I'm happy with it. I'm not too picky. I look for the effects that the soap has on your skin and on your body. Yes, the smell is very important, but the looks of it are, to me, are secondary. Third, what is third? Tertiary? Is that what that means? Yes. So, all right. So there we have it. We have our Citrus Splash Essential Oil Soap. These will be ready by the time this video goes up. I believe it will be on the website and ready to go. So if you don't get it for Christmas, make sure that you catch it in like January for while it's available. This is going to be part of our regular lineup. I just don't know how long my regular lineup is going to stay the same. So until then, we will talk with you later. Bye.